Don't worry about that. Something for my writing.
Oh, no.
Yeah. What?
Select everything.
Okay, select.
Alright?
Alright, you want to write this down? My writing. Then I select. Then select. Alright.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now right click.
Right click. After you select.
Yep. After you select, you're going to hit copy.
Copy.
Then you're going to go to spellcheckplus.com.
I'm going to key that in.
Yeah, in the Internet Explorer.
Alright.
And the only reason I haven't done...
Is it an icon on the computer?
No, it is. You have to go into the Internet like you're going to check your... Diane?
Okay.
I'm not going on it. I'm just going for break because my daughter is going to tell me whether or not she's picking me up today.
Alright, I guess
You're
that's
not
something.
even going to see it, Charlie.
That's fine, that's fine.
Yeah, only so that on break I can check it.
You want to stay away from that. But anyway, the point is this. Now that you've gone here, you click inside this little box.
Hold on, baby. Okay, good.
See where my blinking I-beam is?
Yes.
We're going to hit Control V.
Control V.
We're going to allow access. Okay?
There we go.
Check text. Yeah, whatever, fine. Okay.
This is spell check.
Alright, now the cool thing about this, at least in my opinion, is that it'll highlight the words that are incorrect or conjugated wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me just go down. Like here, reviews is a completely fine word, but it also says reviews doesn't make sense. And it tells you why. If you're indicating possession, use an apostrophe before the S. E.g., you're going to Brenda's house. Hey, Sabrina!
Hi.
Let me just log you in real quick.
Yeah, I was doing the paperwork for the internship up here.
Nice. Alright, so look, we already went over the possessions and stuff like that. We're just reviewing basic editing tools right now.
Okay.
And stuff that would get past normal spell check, like today be a good day to eat foods. It'll give you advice. It'll tell you you should probably remove the S to, to make, etc., etc. So you want to go up here and what's up, Daryl? Alright, so you've got all this.
How you doing?
And now it's telling you where your main weaknesses are. So once you have all this, you're going to modify it. So you'd go to eat food. You would take out, to eat food. And take out the S's, like it said.
Oh, it tells you what to do?
So
Yeah.
Charlie,
What's up?
it's not like the regular spell check, but sometimes that word leaves
I like that one
alone. Is spell check plus?
Yeah, .com. It's not part of your programs.
Okay.
Then why are we using them? Why can't we just use the regular one? And tool.
Because
It missed a lot of things.
So, look, the main difference to answer your question, the difference between this program's spell check and other spell checks, like the one you'll get by default in Word, is that so, like say you're writing in the way you usually speak. Like anyone here knows Gary Zellers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's the guy I play chess with. He uses a lot of vernacular style of speaking. Like, my children are be coming down to, take your queen. We play chess together. So he uses a lot of vernacular. It wouldn't be technically right in a business letter or even in written English. So this will check for that. Well, it wouldn't come up in a Microsoft Word check because it recognizes B as a word, but it doesn't understand that B in that context is incorrect. You understand?
Put it in a sentence in the vernacular like you would have said.
Right. So you can write like you talk, and then you put it through this, and it'll say, "What? Well, actually, that's not entirely right. You want to conjugate it in this way." So we'll run this through the check. All right. So it came up with a lot of spelling errors, which I put in there. It didn't find that weird. So where to go?
So when the word comes up, this is where, okay, so you have to copy and paste. Is that what it's telling you to do?
No, it's giving you suggestions. Like, so
Okay.
say
So you
conjugates, which is not a word, it'll say conjugates.
Right.
So how do we have to ask
So
to
we
type
have to cut it and then copy the word that we want?
No, you just say, okay, conjugates, conjugates.
So we click on it and it changes itself, or we have to type it
You
out?
have to change it yourself.
Oh no, no, like I'm
No, because no. And here's the reason why. Because watch, with the other one,
Mm-hmm.
like,
You know, just click on the word and it jumps in.
watch.
Enter.
Okay, so look, if I did spell check, here's what all you guys do. You either do this,
Change, yeah.
change. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. Lols. Okay, I speak internese. The hell? No.
Because it corrects it.
Because-
Spell Check Plus gives you options.
Right. So the problem, at least as far as Microsoft Word spell check goes, is that you'll just, blanket hit every single change or ignore and not really pay attention. And because it's designed to do that. It's not really designed to promote, thinking, oh, I was using present tense that sentence, and now I want to use past tense. Okay? So when you're writing documents, when you're writing a letter to me, you're writing a letter to Marie, or whatever, you want to use Spell Check Plus, just in case. It's more thorough. And I expect you to use it. We're going to be using it in today's assignment. It's going to be fun, I promise. Ish.
Ish.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the basic idea. It's one more step that will make sure that you can... Oh yes, hold your head up high. Instead of like, yes, I went through spell check. There are 4 typos in the first line. I still went through spell check. So this is a more intelligent version of that. Yeah, what's up, Ken?
So it makes your definition of words more complete.
Exactly. This actually goes to the major theme I'm going for today. I decided to...
When you can paste it from Word.
Right, what you're supposed to do is paste it from Word. You're not just supposed to type your entire document in there, because then you won't be able to save very
So
well.
what?
So look, remember I showed you the copy-paste trick?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do with your document. Like, say you wrote another letter to your brother, Miss
Right.
Rossi. You
Uh-huh.
copy-paste that letter into Spell Check Plus, and it would say, this verb combo is wrong, the tense is off.
So when you go to Spell Check Plus,
Yeah.
and you get a blank screen.
Yeah, and then you paste in what you wanted to
Okay.
double check. You see? So, everyone here got the email I sent you?
What?
Never mind, that's the
Now I go back to my seat.
Probably. Hold on.
Okay.
Internet spell check plus.
Yeah. It's also a link in there, but hold on.
You can add your favorites and stuff on.
Yeah?
You know how to do that.
What?
Where there's a little
It's
favorites.
Yeah,
a link
I-
in the
And then
Microsoft.
you can just
Oh, my
add
God.
it so it's right
Hold
here.
on.
I just did that on here.
Okay, what am I doing now? I'm going. Well, I don't know where I'm going.
You're going with that. Okay.
You want us to go
Alright.
to the first? Thank you, So the second one.
The second link.
Oh, the email?
Yeah, so we're going to review what makes good business writing.
Alright.
We're going to read this today.
Under spellcheckplus.com.
Second one, UC Denver Academics.
Okay, here's some.
That was from the other day.
What is it called?
The Writing Center.
Writing Center, that's what it's called?
Here are some common,
The email is called the Writing Center.
oh, I don't have that one. I have
No,
that
the
one
email
from
is
Purdue.
called,
The email is called Common Format.
no, the email is labeled spellcheckplus.com. But inside that email,
I want to
there's
go.
a second link. To the University of Denver.
Okay, gotcha.
Hold up, I don't see.
Okay,
It's
20
here.
write-in PDFs.
Click on
Yeah.
spell check.
Now I'm trying to find his email he sent me. And I don't see it. Oh, here it is. I got it. There you go. Now click on it. There you go.
Okay, that's not the one he's asking about.
Which one?
Take that down and I'll show you which one. Take it
Where's
down.
mine at?
Just let, yeah, that's it. Alright, you see where the spot, that's it. You
All right.
got it.
So what I want you guys to do,
It's still coming
once
up.
you've gotten to the Writing Center, I want you to print it out, because we're going to take turns reading this out loud.
This is
I don't
you
have
want to
it with
save
Charlie.
this file.
Yeah,
You don't
it's
need to
there.
save, you just need to print it.
I seen it. Alright, take it down again. Not on here, take it down so you
No,
actually
no, no. They're asking me, do I want to save it or cancel it?
Hold on, I'll be right with you.
It's under the Adobe.
Adobe?
The document,
Just take it to the
144
top.
KB.
You have your hit in the middle. of
Save
the
it.
document.
I don't know how to do that.
Alright, right here on the side here, your arrows. There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Alright, thank you.
That bar is, that side bar is like the best thing
I
ever.
wrote mine out. I'm gonna put mine on too. Thank you for the suggestion.
Oh, by the way,
That's 3 pages. Want us to print it and keep it?
Oh, my goodness.
print it and keep it, please.
Yeah, it's 3 pages. You got it, Ron?
Yeah, I think I have it. Print. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, though. Hey, with your tight jeans on, I don't have time on you. Look at you, who's your mama?
Hey,
Watch this. Show 'em what you work with, right? Go ahead, girl. I'll tell you.
Okay, if it comes up the Writing Center, University of Colorado, Denver, that means print it.
Yep.
Yeah, print that. It's 3 pages.
Okay.
What's up?
You're printing this down.
The one that's from Denver?
I had it right. Mine went to PDF before it could actually print it.
I left about 5 hours for
Okay.
lunch,
Right.
and then Chris told me to come back here.
Yeah, cool. Just grab the thing at the end of the room.
I left in fact, I left this here.
Okay.
Okay, Charlie, it's telling me before I can even print something, I need to install a printer.
Okay, I can help you with that. Give me a minute.
Okay. What type of stuff is this?
You know what, you did have that right one on the second page. So just print this? Yeah. Print the writing center? Yes. Is your printer ready? Or you take this one and I'll wait for yours, I'm sorry.
You want to set it to print too, right?
Yes.
Did you guys print yours out already?
No.
Did you see it on your email? Yeah, it's the email, but
There you
it's,
go.
they put two links on that email. The top one says spell check plus, and the one says Denver.
Okay, you try.
It says the Denver Writing
Hold on,
Center or
hold on.
something that it
Um,
Click that one.
I'm confused already. I haven't been here. I'm too.
But you have it printed out, right?
The document cannot be printed.
Don't be confused, Roz.
All right, I'm trying not to be. I'm trying my best, okay?
Good, good. What's up?
So, it says the document cannot be printed. Okay?
Diane, I'm returning this.
Okay, that's it.
All right, so
All right, now, Carol, is this the one that you printed out?
Miss Ross, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
If room 4 is open, here's what you're gonna do.
Yes.
Take the things you printed out. Take 2 copies of them.
I sure will.
Great. Actually, sending it through.
Did you,
Yeah.
all right, here's, did you hit print yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, we'll just take that, and then once you hit print, if not, are you having them copied, Charlie, for everybody else?
I made 3 extra copies.
Okay, all right, Charlie's making 3 extra copies. Does anybody, did you hit print yet from yours?
It's not printed, mine's won't print, so he told
Okay.
Roz to go make the
Okay,
copy.
all right.
I don't know why this big old television won't.
Mine, I had to go through PDF on mine.
This big old television should be print and flying,
Yeah, I always hit file and then I hit print.
everything else. YouTube.
Well, for after the break, but it takes forever to load, so.
I'll get mine on hers. I'm gonna give this one to you.
Great.
Yeah, they have it. There you go. There you go. There she is. And so we need. I'm gonna wait because Rosalind has to go make some copies of the copies. So it's up to you, but she's making 3 copies. It's up to this matter. All right. That's a pretty good news. I'm so afraid to hit 2, where you hit, it says 1 of each, I'm so afraid to hit 2, and then 22 will come up.
Sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
You tried
Is
them.
this one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
this
it
one
around.
will complete it.
It should work.
Huh?
Have
This
you
one
tried
should
the
work?
power button on that one?
I did, twice.
Hold it in for about 30
Always,
seconds.
like for a while. Oh, wait, wait.
Sabrina, you wanna wait until she makes the copy, or did you want these?
You want me to make a copy for you?
Do you want her to make Carol a copy?
Up to them, it doesn't really matter. As long as I get it.
All right, well,
Ain't no
here.
problem, just come down.
Then when she comes back, we'll have it, because Jed is gonna need a copy.
Right.
If
And
Jed
Oscar's
shows.
gonna need a copy, so they can take the copies.
Okay, guys. So we're going to review this together.
Popeyes has coupons. Did you get that with a coupon? Well, now, did you get the wings? Now because McDonald's is offering wings with McDonald's.
And I can see the
Popeyes
rest.
is giving you $2.99 for a piece of dinner.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
because of
They
that.
didn't tell me that.
Well, let me give you
Yeah.
an actual. Ha! Alright.
Here you go. You're gonna have to hold one for Jen.
Okay, thank you.
Charlie.
Yeah, because Oscar and Jed is gonna need the copies.
Yep.
Right.
Roz, you're here next semester. I totally want you to
You wanna make a copy for Oscar?
So what?
No, I was asked her if she would make a copy for Oscar and
Alright.
Yeah, then now, she made 3 copies, the money for Jetta, Janet,
no
and,
problem, they're printing that.
oh, okay.
Is it a flash mob, Mr. West? Are we about to break down and start dancing in front of the class? 'Cause I'd be down for that.
All right.
I got a bad knee, but I can do my best.
Everybody got copies, right?
Yeah.
Here you go. To it.
Leave them up there.
All
If
right.
you have any latecomers, I'll do that.
All right.
So, alright, guys, what we're going to do, I'm going to give you a bit of a review, since we have a lot to do and very little time to do it. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to review the Writing Center links, the basic tips for business writing. Business writing has different rules.
Wait, Charlie, let me get this pen out.
No, you don't need to take notes on what I'm saying right now. I'm just saying what our class is going to be. But you should have it ready for when we actually do go over it.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go over this. Some of us are going to read sections of it, and when I think a section is particularly pertinent, I'll review it again and go into greater depth. It's also up on the board in case you don't feel like looking at your thing all day. You want to look at the wall. which is arguably improvement. Yeah, Ross?
What is that on the board?
I'm about to get to that.
Okay.
So, first review handout.
What's that, PAT or PAR?
Review.
No, I'm talking about the word before that. Bob.
Parsimony. Two, we're going to probably break. I mean, the review should take a while. So, break. 3.
So,
R. Flip. 4.
What is parsimony, Mr. Jones?
Well, I'm going to tell you after break.
After break. Okay, I have to wait. I'll wait.
Alright, so here's how it's going to look. First, we're going to go over this. I've said that like 6 times. Then we're going to break, because it's probably going to take us about half hour, 45 minutes to do it. I'm going to show you a little clip that I saw when I was very, very small, and it has great relevance for business writing. And then we're going to review the parsimony principle, which I'm sure you're going to like, if only because it's alliterative and you tend to remember things when they start with the same letter. At least you better, or else.
We should.
I'm going to be looking over your cover letters, in later classes.
What
Nothing's
cover
going to
letter?
skip by me. When you actually apply for jobs, you're going to say, Mr. Charlie, can you take a look over this? I'm going to say, that,
I
and that.
sent you my cover letter months ago.
Yes, whatever. Anyway, so, onwards to review.
Okay.
So, okay. So anyone here want to read that first paragraph for me?
yeah.
Miss Roz.
No?
Miss Roz, give that speaking voice an air.
All right. I'm going to read the first paragraph.
Miss Joyce.
Yes.
Thank you.
Being able to transition between academic and professional writing is a valuable skill to be perfect as you advise in your education career.
Advance
in your education career and prepare for life after school. Fast-paced work conditions require a distinctive approach to writing, which can be tricky for new business professionals. Understanding and employing the following principles, however, can help you at an early advantage in your professional development. That's it.
Okay. So what's that saying? Anyone here have a summary for me? Anyone here want to impress me? Without using any of the words in the paragraph, what's that paragraph trying to tell you?
Well,
It's trying to tell us with the most experience and quality in your academics, the best you can succeed in your expectations of your employment and make it more prosperous for you.
Close, but not quite. More to the point, is it saying that business writing is different. It requires, quote, a distinctive approach. That is, you'll never mistake business writing for any other form of writing. And I'm sure you're going to hear me say this a whole bunch of times. And business writing isn't terribly difficult as long as you keep in the following general rules. So I'm going to write this on the board. A principle, I'm sure you guys know this, but it's good to remember. Okay, so in this case, when they say employing the following principles, they mean use the following guidelines. Like, principle is defined as a general rule, a rule of thumb, a guideline. So it's not the...
what's the rule of thumb?
Rule of thumb is like...
The average way you would say.
it's not something that is a specific rule, like say don't eat meat on a Friday is not a rule of thumb, it's very specific. But a rule of thumb of like
Don't.
caution before haste, like
Or
be
don't
more
put the
thorough,
bone.
meticulous. It's a broader idea, a guideline. So these aren't specific rules, these are general rules that you can apply to almost anything. In this case, we're applying them to business writing. Everyone with me so far?
Fine.
Okay, anyone here ever see Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes.
You ever remember what Captain Barbossa says about the Pirates Code? He's like, they're not so much rules, they're more like guidelines. That's basically what this is saying here. That these aren't applicable in every situation, but they are applicable for reviewing your business writing critically. So this is the lens through which you see everything else. All right, so I'll read the second one. Well, that's actually the first, since Ross did such a good job. So the first principle they're outlining here is know your audience. Does that sound familiar, guys?
Yes.
Have I mentioned that?
Yes, you have.
Nah. That would imply I had a plan.
Yes, you did.
No, that's giving me too much credit. Can't let you have that. So yeah. So the quote they use for that is, in organizations today, writers think they are writing for readers, but business readers don't read. Guys, everyone has a pen?
Yes.
Good. Underline. Business readers don't read. They retrieve information. Underline that.
Yes.
That's going to be important.
I'm gonna highlight
Do whatever, as long as it sticks out.
it. Okay.
Whereas if you're writing for me, I might appreciate a poetic turn of phrase or a philosophic meandering. Business readers, not so much. They're not the philosophic type, which is more their loss. But unfortunately, they have all the money, so we play by their rules. Okay, so they retrieve information. That is, when you send a business correspondence, then you're giving them information, and they're trying to get what they can out of it. Yeah. To reach their goals, writers must write for retrievers. Underline, writers must write for retrievers. Okay, so everyone got that? Cool. Woof. If that helps, doodle a golden retriever in the margins. Okay, so writing in a business environment requires the ability to tailor your document to a variety of different audiences. This is just a recap of what they said earlier. Okay, your proposal may have to be approved at the executive level, but carried out at the functional level. Because of this, it is important to know how to use strategic writing to your advantage. And then they have this neat little graph that says the higher you are on the totem pole, like say a CEO, the less time you spend reading a document. And the lower level people, like management or people actually doing the work, tend to spend the longest time reading correspondences.
But don't the CEO make decisions also?
He makes decisions, but by the time the document gets to him, he needs to know how X policy is going to affect the company, and less about how the actual policy or procedure is done. Because he's not, like, say you're writing a proposal for to order a new bunch of scalpels. They're twice as expensive, but their quality is really good. And then you go into all the model details, but you put in the bottom line, and so he has to retrieve the information. Yes, this will cost us, but we get the benefits in X, Y, and Z. Yeah, well, he gets the overall big picture. So you write it so that someone could spend a little amount of time reading it, or a lot of time reading it and still get a lot out of it. Okay? This is less important because this is more when you're actually hired, but it's still a good principle to remember. Anyone here take TNS 1 with me? I know Alex and Rosalind did. Remember what me and Emily used to do? We used to tell horror stories about all the people who submitted resumes. It was like spot the error. If we see one error, out.
Sit out.
Right.
Right.
So think about it like that in
Okay.
this.
Be precise.
Yeah, when a person in high power is reading this, he's going to be looking for errors and reasons not to say
One
yes.
error in itself.
Yeah, so you got to be thorough.
Okay.
All right, cool. So actually, this next part, the be concise, right here. Okay, be concise is a good principle just in general. In here, they say that, as the chart above demonstrates, most influential decision makers spend the least amount of time with your document. As such, your writing should take this into account. Avoid unnecessary embellishments. Highlight unnecessary embellishments. Highlight it, or underline it, or whatever your hard copy. Just mark it down, right here.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary embellishment.
It's highlighted on screen.
Okay.
Where it says tips now, Charles?
Say what?
Where it says tips?
Yeah, under
Yes.
tips, yeah.
Yes.
And get straight to the point. An example of this technique is detailed in the next session. Okay, fair enough. But, yeah, what's up? Is there a printer problem?
How, it just keeps telling me to list a paper check.
Oh, then I'll help you. But anyway, the phrase unnecessary embellishments. Anyone here translate that into common English for me?
Unnecessary words or sense. No.
What is an embellishment, guys? Help me out here, guys. What's an embellishment?
Extra added.
Is an embellishment necessary for the document to function?
What does embellishment word is?
Sound good.
Right. So, well, the word embellishment is super wordy, even for me.
Because
Oh.
embellishment can be an add-on.
Right.
An
So,
embellishment is an add-on. That's what I would take it as.
okay. So, well, it's an add-on, but it's also
You
a
embellish.
flourish. It's not necessary.
You you embellish it, like I would use it in clothing. You put embellishments on the shirt to give it sparkle, to give it flair.
Right. So, anyone here ever play Whisper Down the Lane as a kid? No one? Am I the only guy who did
Yeah,
that?
tree, yeah,
No, that's different. That's in a car where you put someone in the middle and go bam, 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 bam.
What's the game you say?
Whisper Down the Lane. You know that, right?
What?
Yeah.
You know Whisper Down the Lane, right? How do you not know this? Okay.
I
So if
do.
I'm sitting next to Diane, right?
It whispers in my ear and
Right,
tells me
right.
the word.
So I say
eat.
something very simple like, uh, really quick, and you pass it down.
Okay.
Okay, so it goes on, and it gets down through all the people.
It changes.
But by the time it
Right.
gets to Mr. West, it'll say,
It's all different.
Right.
Miss Sabrina thinks Miss Rosalind's feet have been attacked by trolls. So the story's been embellished or
Oh, okay.
mutated, okay?
All right.
So there's a lot more than the simple sentence I said, okay?
Okay.
So an unnecessarily embellish, see, that's why I hate that word.
Embellish.
Sentence is something with a lot of excess vocab. So you can tell I'm in a happy mood, right?
Yes.
I say a lot of words really fast and you don't catch half of them.
Right.
That's unnecessary embellishment. All right?
Like you do in gossip.
Basically.
By the time you
Yeah.
get it, it's out.
So if it's not directly related
Exactly.
to your point,
Into it.
it counts as unnecessary embellishment. I think I've beaten that over the head well enough for you guys to get the general idea. If not, fine. By the way, don't lose these. These are going to be really important on your final. All right. No, but stuff on this, basic principles of business writing, is going to be on your final. So you're going to want to keep this stuff and the stuff that's underlined on it handy. So keep it with your blue book, have a copy on your flash drive, whatever. But you're going to need this for when you're studying. Okay?
Okay.
Don't give me that look. I see the look being given. Miss Carol. Now. It's going to be fun. Guys, do I ever give a bad exam?
No.
Well, that's a lot of no's considering that I have a lot of you for the first time.
That last one I took for you, I usually get a B. I got a C on my last one.
Anyway,
I don't know
so,
what was wrong with you.
all right, so look. There's also wrong with me. Wrong with me, she said. Anyway, so look. The next principle is to write for a wide audience, and they already mentioned this. And this is a word you're going to see a lot. here know what the word versatility means?
Using either
Versatile is like flexible,
You say the word versatile?
Right. So look, versatility is a variance of versatile.
Used in
So look,
and
say for example, a technique is versatile. However, you can't write. It's a conjugation of the word versatile. Okay. So versatility, when it's conjugated this way, is more of a principle. Okay. And look at the number 2 tip. It says, take varying knowledge level into account. Your document will be read by a wide variety of people with different levels of expertise. So you have to write in a such way that versatility is maximized. That means that no matter what their knowledge level, like whether they're a tech, a CEO, or the manager, they should be able to understand what you're saying. That is, it's not too technical, but it's not too vague either. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Excellent. Anyone not understand what I'm saying? Alright, cool. So versatility is an excellent principle for any writing. Like, anyone here still, and I confess that this is going to put me a bit on the ropes. Anyone here still read kids books? Like if you have kids, grandkids, whatever?
yes.
Okay? There's some, like, I'm a big fan of Maurice Sendak, like, that you can still read it as an adult and enjoy. There's a versatility to his words and illustrations that lets you enjoy it even though you're not its target audience. That's an example. I mean, it's a fictional example, but you get the idea. How-to manuals, like instructions that come with a lawnmower or whatever, they're written in the simplest possible language so the greatest amount of people will understand it. I mean, it's not high poetry, but it'll do, and it'll let you, start the mower or whatever.
Sometimes the instructions you get to put the mic together or whatever are very difficult.
It's not printed at all.
Send it to room 3.
Huh?
Hold on, I'll help you in a minute. All right, so that's the idea of versatility. You want to highlight the second sentence under take varying knowledge levels into account. Your writing should be detailed enough for it to be functional and effective, yet simple enough for all readers to understand. Highlight that phrase. It's important. Okay?
Yes, simple enough.
the writing should be detailed enough
What's up?
for it to be functional and effective.
Yep.
Need a highlighter pen. You have a highlighter pen?
Yeah, I have one. Here you go. Can you catch this? Nice. Woo. All right. Okay, so everyone gets that?
Yes.
Good. Yeah, I think so. Hold on. Let me grab you one. Thank God the camera was pointed the other way. Do you need the highlighter, Jonathan? I mean, help with a highlighter.
He's full of jokes today, isn't he?
Yeah, I just got my...
brought home today.
Did you win your chess game today?
I was soundly thrashed by the indomitable Gary Zellers.
See, that's what happened.
The second page, the second sentence of it. The second sentence says
Your
something.
writing should be detailed enough for it to be functional and effective.
Yeah. It's actually a
I
problem.
want to ask you a question. I know you were class.
You know what it is?
Are you going to be in the French Fest this weekend?
Yeah.
I thought about you when I said this morning.
Great. I'll have to bring in some of the information for the show I'm helping with.
Okay.
Anyway, so. Alright, we're on page 2 now, guys. You having a problem printing it out? Alright, so show me what you're trying to do.
But because I'm writing it, it's my time, and I just want to, that's why I can just put it right
Alright, so that can be fine. So we're on the second page now.
Yes, sir.
Utilize heading bullet forward.
Hi, B.
Right to persuade.
How you doing, B?
Who's here?
You, B.
Who's B?
Sabrina. Hey.
How you doing?
Did you just notice that? Sorry, what? Did you notice her?
Yeah, utilize headings with bullet points and bold type.
Okay, it's free in room 2.
That's where
Go
we're
to
at.
room 2. Alright, so look. We're on page 2.
Utilize headings with bullet points.
Bold type and white space to guide the reader's eye.
Right.
Okay? So format your document in such a way that the reader's eye falls on the most important information. Emphasize, underline that, please. Format your document in such a way that the reader's eye falls on the most important information.
You talking about how
Yeah, on the hard copy, you're going to highlight the first sentence. It's not in bold.
the second page talking about lighting or first page?
Second page.
Okay, what did you say all that again? Sorry.
Format your document in such a way that the reader's eye falls on the most important information. And I'm going to cover that later. It comes with bullets, it comes with making lists. Business writing is not really that paragraph based.
Charlie, when applying for a grant, is that a business or?
Actually, that is business writing, but since you're going on at great length about what you want money for, it's more detailed than average. So, actually I have a sister who does grant writing. I've never written a grant myself. I need to put you in touch with her.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Talk to me during break and we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Alright, cool. So, alright, so look. This is done through the use of bullets. Everyone here knows how to use bullets, right?
Yes.
Yeah? Good.
No.
No?
No.
You had intro, right?
Yeah.
Oh. You
Alright.
on that intro?
Bullets is just like a numbered list, or ABC. Except for, instead of using numbers, you use just a random mark. Alright.
That's in 2010. That's
Oh, by the way, Miss, Dunn.
It's here.
Oh, you're room 5.
Yeah, it's here.
Alright, so look.
it's in,
You're doing that. So instead of writing a paragraph about how, oh my god, how do I keep misplacing the pen? So instead of like what they're talking about is
Charlie, the eraser's right there. Now you can enter.
yes, but now I can go like okay. So look, like when we have our staff meetings, Chris always writes notes. But he doesn't start with Charlie had a sort of dark handsomeness that radiated throughout the room, which, while true, is not relevant. Okay? So he would say, you know, Janet.
So why are we, what are we
Gibbs.
saying about notes for me?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Second sentence. On the top. It says format. Document section.
So he's putting in a little more detail of main keys.
Right, these are key points. Study days, someone else stuff in the oh yeah,
Transportation, you know, something like that. Right?
Send you format. It says format.
okay, so look. This is an example of what I'm talking about, guys.
You got lots of going. You got 2 different classes. Can't really hear that over there, that over there.
Miss Cheryl. Alright, so look. This is an example of what I'm talking about with the bullet points. And I'll show you on Word as we go through. When I get you to write business emails to me and stuff like that, they're really easy. They shouldn't take more than a class. But look, so say I gave the example of Chris takes notes during our staff meetings. And he always sends us a copy of the notes afterwards. He doesn't, write like 4 paragraphs, even though there's more than 4 paragraphs worth of stuff. He'll be like, here's the main stuff we covered. Janet's giving all of us raises. Here are the study days, X, Y, and Z. Makeups are A, B, and C. And transportation money has been increased to whatever. Okay, so those 4 main points. And he structures his email to like, hey guys, here's what we talked about in the meeting, : 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks, Chris. It takes me maybe 30, 40 seconds to read that. It's a lot of information. That's the benefit of using bulleted lists like that.
Oh, okay.
You see? It's letting your eye go from one to the other. Now, any one of these could have like 2 paragraphs or a whole paragraph devoted to it, but it doesn't need it because the information is getting out. You would say, Janet's giving you a raise, parentheses, $4.25 an hour to $5.25 an hour, end parentheses. Okay, just got that information. All right, what's number 3, guys?
Number 3.
Number 2.
Sorry, what I said.
You said number 3. It's number 2. Do more with less.
Oh, well, I'll be damned. I put these in the wrong order. All right, do more with less. Okay, so business documents are never going to have as high a word count as a novel or even a poem. For all those poets in here. So that's kind of exemplified in the parsimony principle, which I'll get to. But as stated above, they say it's important to get to the point quickly in business documents. The longer the document, the less likely it'll be read in its entirety. Cutting out unnecessary wording, underline, cut out.
Underline unnecessary word. Where's that at?
No, hold on. So it's right here. You can see it on the board where I'm
Cut
working
down
on it.
unnecessary word.
And makes it possible for your audience to grasp your meaning quickly and without ambiguity.
Yes.
Sounds good. Sometimes when I talk, they could probably cut out 90% of the words.
I actually did a very interesting study about
About Diane Brody?
you and my sister both. No. What's up?
The word
What is-
ambiguity,
what is
when it
the-
says do it without ambiguity,
What is that?
is there any other way the word ambiguity can be said?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
Misunderstanding.
No, I mean the
Crosswords.
spelling itself. It can't be
A-M-B-I-G-U.
conjugated into nothing else.
Ambiguousness is another word, but it's not right in this.
It just means confusion, right?
Yeah. Or like, say for example,
Or vague.
yeah, that's more or less. Ambiguity is a really interesting concept.
Where are we
And
at
well,
with
we're on page 2. Look at the board.
that? Yeah, I'm
number
not
2,
sure.
do more with less.
Without ambiguity.
Oh, I see it. Without ambiguity. I got it.
Oh, I know how to explain this to you. So it's actually in the root of the word. Everyone here knows.
And what does that mean?
Does everyone here know what ambidextrous means?
That's
Like if I threw this pen to my left hand, I could use it just as well as if I could
Right.
in my right.
versatile.
Both
Right.
hands.
Ambiguity. It could be taken either way.
Either way. Okay.
Well,
either
no.
way.
No. So that's ambidextrous. Ambiguity means you can read the same statement one of 2 ways. Like, for example, this is one that my grandmother loved, which was, I'm having an old friend for dinner. That can be read as, oh, one of my friends is coming over, we're having dinner, or I'm going to go eat my old friend. Granted, it's almost never that last one, but you didn't know my grandma. So,
That came out of the movie, Hannibal Lecter.
yeah, the show is actually not bad. But, anyway, so ambiguity, there's also a famous book on it called Eats, Shoots, and Leaves. Yeah, it's a reference to how grammar changes the meaning of words. It was a book on animals, and everyone here knows what a panda is, right?
Yes.
So the joke was that someone during editing it wrote down eats, shoots,
What's it called?
and leaves. Okay? And so right next to this, there's a picture of a panda, holding up a restaurant and walking out. Because the way this was spelled and the way it was punctuated, it was eating, so eats, okay, fine, shoots, and leaves.
Oh, he's shooting the.
It was meant to be,
I think I have. I think.
Right, so you got it?
I think I got it. He eats the food, he shoots, and he leaves.
Right. So that's ambiguity. That's unclear, lack of clarity.
Okay.
Ambiguity is great in a novel. If Jetta was here, I would say it would be great if it was if you have ambiguity in your character development or how two people interact, you're not sure if they really like each other, really hate each other, perhaps a little of both, that's great. Business writing, they don't really care. They really want it to be X is X and Y is Y. In business writing, a cigar is just a cigar. I don't believe I just quoted Freud in this. Okay, so. Anyone here sick of this yet? Because I'm just getting warmed up.
Here.
That's true. Alrighty, so consider the following examples. And they give us a wordy example and a concise example. So who here wants to read the wordy example?
The purpose of this.
I didn't even see a hand.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alright, Carol, let loose your beautiful voice.
The purpose of this document is to provide the reader with a detailed explanation of primary business writing principles. In order to provide an introduction to this process for new business writers, we have prepared an overview which describes the highlight of the business writing process in just 3 pages. This detailed document describes several tips and techniques that writers are able to follow in their path towards providing their business writing skills. Concise example.
Okay, so hold up a minute before you read your concise example. So let's see here. That was 3 sentences and God knows how many words. Okay, that's the wordy example, but it looks like a full paragraph.
Right.
If you were, starved for time, you wanted to say, okay, what's this document that Charlie sent me? Who here would have the patience to read the wordy example? I'll just take that as a massive resounding no. Right, but you have to stop because there's like 5, 7 words in there that are polysyllabic. It's, Yeah, what's up, Ken?
In other words, when they say concise example, they want you to shorten your information as much as possible.
Absolutely right, sir. All right, and Mr. West, read the concise example, please.
Yes, this document explains business writing principles in detail. A 3-page overview has been prepared to introduce this process to new business writers. The included techniques can be utilized to further develop your writing skills.
Good. Wasn't that much easier to read, guys? Guys,
Yes.
I'm not having a mind camp. You can speak,
Yes. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Is this going to be a thing? All right. So. All right.
They give me an example word.
Then they give you this nice little table.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. So. For the purpose of can be replaced with for. For the majority of can be replaced with most. In order to can be replaced with to. Provide an introduction. Introduce. Daily is instead of regular daily basis. You can all see this. This is a pretty handy table to have, right? So I see this a lot with people who are trying to use their newfound vocabulary. They will use 7 words when they mean 1. And that actually gets to the clip I'm going to use when we get back from break. And it's a principle of parsimony, but we'll deal with that in a minute. All right, last one.
Who's that?
Right to persuade.
Okay.
Okay. An important aspect of most business document is the need to gather support for an idea, proposal, whatever. To do so, your writing must convince the audience that the presented idea is worth their support and/or approval. This persuasive approach and the following suggestions can be valuable tools in your professional business writing arsenal. Okay? So, right to persuade is even more important to you guys than it is to someone who's already in a company. While if you're in a company, you absolutely do need to persuade people that you have this great idea for reformatting the Excel or whatever. You're writing to persuade every time you apply for a job.
Right.
Am I right?
Yes.
Right.
I know, right? We should set off the fireworks. It's like my once annual I'm Right Fest. You want to persuade them that you're a good investment,
Right.
that you're going to be, a positive net force for good for them. I think Marie, I'm not sure if she showed you this article yet, but it costs something like 3 times the yearly salary to hire the wrong person for the job, as opposed to the right person. So these, people who hire you are going to be really careful. They're going to put you through a whole lot of screens. But once you're in, you still need to stay to those principles. You want to make people like you, but you don't want to bog them down. You don't want to flatter them too much. And so some of the tips that this worksheet gives is present an idea before presenting the idea. Remember what I told you about foreshadowing? And what I told you about putting the main point as the first sentence of each paragraph? Does everyone here remember the PowerPoint about paragraph structure? Like, here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's my support, and that's what I told you. So that's an idea, that's behind the idea of presenting your idea before you actually do it. Okay? Your writing should intensify the audience's response to the need and leave them thinking, what can I do about this? And then you graciously say, here's what you can do about it. Oh, thanks. How about that? Okay? So stress what they get out of it, not what they might not ever use. Stress benefits, not features. Okay? So how will this help? All right, let's say, for example, you say, you're at a job where you want more hours, or you want a raise. Say, if I'm given overtime, I feel I will be of much greater use for the company and increased productivity on days where we're usually pretty slow. So that's stressing the benefit, not I need this so I can pay my rent. That's not how you would pitch it, you see? While both are true, only one is one that they're going to care about.
Right.
Okay? Use facts, credible opinions, and statistics to prove your case. This goes back to the support stuff I was talking about, guys. No one is ever going to say, and you supported your case too much, your research was too solid. Well, okay, they might, but if they do, that's not the sort of job that you're going to be getting out of here. That's like, God knows, I can't even think of one. And the idea is, with business writing, you're going to guide them, you're going to sort of take them by the hand and lead them through what you want them to do. They shouldn't have to say at the end of your document, well, what do you want me to do about it? You should say, Dear Bob the manager, I feel like there's a clear and pressing need for me to employ overtime to increase the company's benefits. I do require your authorization, but this would be an overall good for the company. Signed, after giving the specifics. You see? Well, that's a terrible example from my part. I have the excuse of not having a pen and paper in front of me. But you get the idea. You want to use things that support your claim. Like throwing a statistic in there that employees that work overtime are shown to be up to, 25% more invested in the overall company's future. Or tend to bone up on policy more, or know the ins and outs. Make it attractive to them. You want to make them have no questions except for, when would you want this? No questions. Sorry. Ignore me. Don't ignore me too much, though. So at the end, they should have no questions. It should be, here's what I want, here's why I want it, and here's what you can do about that. You see? All right. So this is a little recap. Who is your audience and what's your purpose? We already covered that. Does each body paragraph support the main idea? We covered that last week. Is the support presented in a logical and discernible organization? I think that's a terrible sentence, but okay, fine. Does the layout and design lead the reader's eye to the most important sections? Hopefully. And does the conclusion leave the reader with an important point to consider and action to take? Highlight those steps, by the way, because they're going to be on your exam. All right, guys, you've been super good so far.
Well, you have to highlight where it says does the
Yeah, what does it do?
does the layout design